What's up, mi gente? Welcome back to the channel. Just wanted to do a video on my Gen 5 Glock 45 duty build. I got a few questions on, the parts I've upgraded, etc., and about the Radian Ramjet, which is something that I recently added to this. If I'm sure you've seen tons of videos on the Radian Ramjet, it's all like the rage and the hype, etc. They make the compensator and barrel kits for Glocks. They also do them for SIG. I think right now only the P365 is out, but they have one coming out for the P320. Super cool. And for other Glocks too, because they're going to be doing for like Glock 48, Glock 43. Right now they have them for Glock 17, 19, 45, 19X, etc. Gen 3 and Gen 5. Sold out in a lot of places, so just be aware of that. So I'll start off with, I was upgrading my Glock 45, my duty gun, to add a few different things. Trigger, I had changed the slide, which I have over here, which I'll talk to you guys about in a little bit. But I'll tell you first and foremost, I was not into compensators, really. Never really had one. Never found one that aesthetically was nice, and never really felt there was need for them, or ported barrels, etc. I'll start off with the Radian Ramjet. Is on the high side of price. The kit cost me, again, I have no affiliation with Radian. I bought this my own money. It was $400 if you don't get the afterburner. The afterburner kit is just their guide rod system, which comes with a different few different springs to tune, etc. If you get that, you're looking at about $500. So it's quite a big bit of an investment. In previous videos I've said I really don't upgrade barrels. I think the stock Glock barrel is perfectly capable and perfectly fine. If I do, I use KKM Precision barrels. I think they're the best barrels, hands down, and they're $180, and if you're law enforcement or first responder, you get a discount, so they come out to be $150. Well worth it. I mean, KKM makes really nice barrels. I have one on my Glock 34 and my X5 Legion that I shoot comp with, but usually my duty guns, carry guns, I keep them fairly stock as far as guide rods and barrels. But anyway, I'll lead you to what the video is about, which the Radian Ramjet was. I was at the range, and mind you, gun is safe and no mag for the video. I was at the range and my buddy had it, and I was like, oh, you got the Radian? I'm like, let me try it out because I've been hearing stuff about it. And right off the bat, I could tell the difference. It was less snappier, less muzzle flip. It shot flat. I liked it. Surprisingly, I liked it. And one thing I'll talk about, which I didn't like, was with the compensator, you get a lot of flash. But, I'll talk to you about that in a second. So I liked it. And here's where I say the dilemma about the price is. And mind you, anything I say in these videos is not anything you need. Like if you're a newbie and you just bought a Glock 45, shoot the heck out of it. Out the box, the thing is a great pistol. You don't need to upgrade the trigger, none of that. I do believe that Glock's trigger upgrades is a great upgrade to start, but it's not needed. And also too, if you're looking to do a duty build, check with your department because you have SOPs. My early on SOPs, we couldn't change anything. We had to ask permission to put a weapon light on there. So as it's changed throughout the years, but also check with your SOPs. But like what I was saying is, none of this stuff is things that you need. This was a video about upgrading, so I wanted to talk about it. But anyway, my point was, it's about a $500 investment if you get the afterburner. But even at $400, you're close to getting another pistol, especially if you do, like a first responder or law enforcement discount, and you use a blue label, etc. So you're going to be very close. But the reason why I decided to get it is because I already have two Glock 17s. They're Gen 3s, and I had the Glock 45, I had Glock 34, So I had nothing compensated. So I was like, you know what? I just wanted to give it a try and see what it was about. So that was my driving force. You know, you have to make that decision. If I didn't have a Glock 17, would I spend the $400 on this kit? I don't think so. I think I would just go get a Glock 17. I'd rather have an extra pistol, to be honest. But anyway, I got it. Let's talk about it. So originally, and I'll show you guys what I have the slide here, was I was building out my Glock 45, doing some upgrades to it, and I had upgraded the slide to what you see right here. I had gotten this Zafarri ZPS 4 slide, which I really like. It came Cerakoted OD green, as you see, has some cuts on the top, front serrations, very aggressive serrations in the front and the back. It's cut for a RMR. I just use the plate that comes with Holosun, and I put a Holosun Ronin EPS carry here in green. Super cool with the Ronin. You know, it's cut in the aluminum here, the Ronin symbol. So I already had upgraded this. I put some excess sights on there. Now this particular Zafarri slide, the ZPS4, has, if you see it here, I'll show you guys up there. See that, like that bull nose? I think it's called the bull nose. Correct me in the comments if that cut's not called something different, but it, you know, it has that radius style bull nose cut. You know, remember that, because that comes into play here. So I had this slide, and that's what originally I was going to put the Radian Ramjet on, and I'll show you guys what happened. Let me just take this apart real quick for you guys. So and when you get the Radian Ramjet, this is the stock guide rod, by the way. I do have an upgraded guide rod, a stainless steel. I forget who makes this. I'll put it in the video if I remember. But I usually keep stock guide rods. It's an 18 pound. This is a 16 pound. I have it over here because I'm going to be using it for this other build that I'll talk to you about in a second. But when you get the Radian Ramjet, it comes with a T15 little tool. This is a T15 Torx that you use to take out the set screw, which holds the compensator onto the ported barrel. It's just a set screw like that. Compensator comes out the front, and then your barrel comes out. And these are legal in all states because it's not a threaded barrel. So just, you know, note that. So that's what Radian talks about. It's a nice barrel, you know, match grade barrel. It's got like fluting, like a different style cut fluting on it. It's ported. Almost looks like an agency arms barrel when you look at it, just the way it's cut up here, the way they have the this set up. You get that, the compensator, right, and the set screw. So this was going on this slide. This was my stock Gen 5 45 MOS slide. I had it off, you know, extra. I had it in the box because I had already upgraded to the Zafarri slide. So when I got it, I'm like, oh, cool, you know, put the barrel in, fit perfectly. I'll put the guide rod in just to hold the barrel in place. And I like the way it looks because you could see, you know, the fluting through the cuts and all that. So I was super happy about that. The problem came in when I went to put the compensator in. I saw a little bit of a gap here, if you could see. Right there, I'll show you guys. See that gap right there? And you could tell that the barrel's not getting all the way to the end of it. And that's when I saw the issue. The set screw was not lining up now. I guess because the way Zafarri does that radius bullnose, the cut, again, it could not be the bullnose. I'm just going to call it that. Correct me if I'm wrong. It wasn't letting the compensator completely slide on. So that was a problem, right? So now I had to relax. That's my German short hair. Relax, baby. We'll go on in a second. So it was not letting it go on all the way, you know? So I was like, so now I had to use the stock slide. Not a big deal, but just mind you, if you do have a Zafarri slide, it may work. I've seen some guys I saw one video where a guy had I think it was the ZPS2 slide, and he got the Radian Ramjet. It worked. Just know that if it's cut like this with that like radius bullnose or whatever, I think because that cut, it's not gonna let it work. So I couldn't use it. So now I was like, shit, I just, purchased this slide. It was on the build, but I had the stock slide, so no worries. So what I decided to do was just go back to the stock slide and roll with it that way, just because, I couldn't use it. It's no fault of Zafarri, because this slide works perfectly fine. Side note, I know a lot of guys have I've seen internet issues with Zafarri slides. I have 3 of them on my Glock 48, a Glock 17, and this 45. I've had about 600-700 rounds through this slide, no issues whatsoever. Everything fit perfectly. I had no problem with firing pin or the plunger. So I've had no issues. The only issues was this fitment, and again, it's no fault of Zafarri. It's just the way, I guess, that radius cut was there. So put this over here for now. So I went back to my stock slide, and again, barrel just goes on, and once you'll see the fitment, you'll see what I'm saying. The guide rod to hold it in there, and now you see when you put the compensator in, you just gotta put it in like that. It completely goes on, no gap here on the bottom. The barrel's, coming out to the end of the compensator. That's the way it's supposed to fit. And set screw completely goes in, and you could tighten it up into place with no issues at all. So that was the only one thing I couldn't use that slide. I had to go back to the stock slide. Not a big deal. I like the stock. I have no issues with the stock slide. It was MOS cut, so I could use an optic. The difference is I didn't go to the EPS carry, and I'll tell you why. Because what I decided to do, now that I had that extra slide, extra barrel, had some extra parts sitting around, what I did was I ordered another OEM Gen 5 Glock 45 frame from the Glock store. They have them. You could get them stripped or built. I got it stripped because I changed the parts anyway, and I had extra parts. And what I'm gonna do is I ordered that frame. I'm just waiting on my next check here in Jersey. It always takes a little bit of time, but I'm just gonna build an EDC carry Glock 45, and that's the reason why I kept the EPS carry on here instead of bringing it over. And since I'm using this 45, which is kind of like a Glock 17 length now, as a duty gun / training gun, I kept the EPS on there. It's a little bit of a bigger window, not much bigger. You could carry an EPS. I'm just saying I had the EPS carry, so this build, I'll do a separate video on it once I get all the parts. So I just kept the slide, had the barrel, just gave me an excuse to have another Glock 45. So I ordered the OEM frame. I would have got a Timberwolf frame because I like them. I did a video on that Timberwolf frame. They just don't make a Gen 5 frame as of yet. So I wish, because those frames are only 80 bucks. The OEM frame from the Glock store stripped was like 200. It was like 200 and something bucks. But again, I had a lot of the parts, so I said screw it. So that's gonna be a carry, EDC setup. I'm going to set up and leave this just the way you see it, just like this with the Radian Ramjet. So yeah, I kept the EPS on there, a little bigger window. Again, as far as the price, is it worth it? I'll let you know once I put some more rounds through it. I could tell you that fitment and the quality of it is super nice. I mean, it fits perfectly. It fits like if it was made for the stock Glock. You can't even tell it's aftermarket. It almost looks like it's part of the slide. Keeps the same profile because I've had no issues with holster, with holstering it. Fits in my Zafarri Land holster. No issues there, so that was super cool. And again, I don't have tons of rounds through it. I just got it, but I could, I'll do a video of at the range, and we'll do side by side once I get this one built up, of the stock Glock 45 with no Ramjet comp on there, and show you the difference in muzzle, muzzle rise, recoil. Try to do like a side-by-side video so you could see the difference. But right off the bat, when I shot my buddies, which intrigued me into getting it, I could tell was flat shooting. And again, it was less muzzle flip, and it felt like my Glock 17. I'll be honest. We'll also do, maybe we'll also do all three of them. We'll put the 17, see the difference with the Radian Ramjet. The one thing is, like I said early on in the video, is the flash. I mean, that's one of the things why I never like, I don't like compensator. I don't like the big, fireball flash coming out. The front, and also too, the weather here is really crappy, so I've been shooting indoors. And the guy next to you in the port, hey Luna, relax, mommy, we're gonna go out in 2 seconds. Shut your baby. The guy next to you in the port is gonna, he ain't gonna like it so much. It's loud, you know what I mean? It's loud, and the concussion, you could definitely feel that. I could definitely feel a lot more than anything else. So that's the only, I guess, drawback. But as far as fit and finish, awesome. Give it to them, and that's probably what you're paying for. I mean, it's all really good, grade aluminum, match grade barrel, very well made. So you're paying for what you get. I don't think you need the afterburner. I didn't get it. I just used the stock guide rod. Had no issues. I did, like I said, have purchased an aftermarket guide rod, which I usually don't really do, but I had gotten this one, stainless steel. But I think that's a 16 pound. This is the stock 18 pound. But again, no issues. Just going through the build, and let me just put the slide in there for you guys, so you guys can see on this Glock 45 with the Radian Ramjet. So going from bottom to top, magwell is an SLR EDC magwell. I really love SLR Rifleworks magwells. I think they're the best one for Glocks. That and Zev makes a nice magwell, but the SLR is really nice. They make a comp, which is a little bigger. I have that on my 34, the competition series, and they make the EDC and they make a short. The EDC and the short are very similar, but I run all SLR magwells on my Glocks. So start off with that. I have the Glock Store aluminum extended mag release. You could get the stock extended mag release. This one's a few bucks more. It's about 30, but I really like how it sticks out the magwell. Really easy to reload and press, so I really like that. The double undercuts were done, me, I just take a Dremel on there and basically just start shaving down and making it nice and smooth to get my fatty part of my middle finger up in there, and the second relief cut for my support hand. And I do stipple under just to get that grip on my index finger as my grip is going into it. So that I do. I had stippled this frame, but you can't see it because I really like running Talon grip, the granular. I run Talon grip on all my firearms, so I got some Talon grip there. Moving up, factory extended slide lever for the Gen 5. I just for the slide lock, sorry. I just like it, easy to just flip down and get your hand on it. So that I upgraded that. Pins are, stock, takedown lever stock. I got a TRL 1 HL on the front of it. The Radian Ramjet upgraded there. Internals, I got stock connector, and I do have a lighter Ghost spring. I believe it's they have like a tactical carry, which I believe it's a 5.5 pound spring in there. I like my, duty guns or carry guns to be like, 4 to 5 pounds, 4.5 pounds is good for me. I know some guys are gonna preach, oh, you want 5 and above. I think I disagree with that, but again, that's personal preference. And I got the Holosun EPS in green and some suppressor style, night sights. And that's basically it. The rest are all, stock Glock. Oh, the trigger is trained with a purpose. I really like their triggers. I run almost all their triggers on all my Glocks. I like, the flat. It's a flat trigger, but it's got a nice wide trigger shoe, so it really just fits my, fits comfortable on my finger. Use my code BT10 to get a discount off of them. Really nice triggers. They only sell the trigger shoe. You can use them on any generation Glock, so nice triggers there. I'll be running a different trigger for this build because I had purchased it this year. It's the Overwatch Precision, another really nice trigger. I like it. That one came with an upgraded trigger bar. I think it's like NP3 coated. That's what I'm going to be running there. But I really like these train with the purpose triggers. Again, use my code. I'll add it in the video so you guys can get a discount on that. And that's basically it. That was this, Glock 45, which I guess is like a Glock 47 now with the Ramjet compensator and how the length, like a 17 now. And like I said, listen, this is not needed. Make that decision for yourself. Should you get the Radian Ramjet? If you have a Glock 17, if you have a Glock 45, I think $400. You can invest into having a second firearm, a second pistol. You're close there. I think it's a lot to invest, but is it justifiable? I don't know. I'll let you guys, like I said, I got to put more rounds through it. We'll do some more testing through it. But again, I pulled the trigger on it because I had some Glock 17s. I had, a few of them. So I was like, you know what? Let me just try it. And so far, so good. I do like it. But make that decision. Yeah, babe.
You here?
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna go up Luna.
We did. I'm just finishing my video. Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
All right. See what I'm dealing with. So anyway, so that's it. Great little product. Liking it so far. Just know if you got a Zafarri ZPS 4 slide and you're trying to do it, won't fit. Not saying won't fit Zafarri slides. Just not the ZPS 4 with that sort of radius cut on the front. But check out the Radian Ramjet. I'll do I'll do another video when I get all the parts and do that EDC Glock 45 carry build. And I'll see you guys with that. Again, continue to like, subscribe, and comment. I appreciate all the support, guys. I'll keep doing videos on some other builds I'm doing and all that. And we'll go from there. And I appreciate you guys. Comment, let me know if you got the Radian Ramjet. Let me know what you think about it. It is sold out in a lot of places, so you got to look for it. I bought it on, I think it was Midway. Midway had a good deal on it. No, sorry, got it on Optics Planet because I had some Optics bucks and I was able to get a discount on it. So I had gotten it from Optics Planet. So check it out. There is some deals on it. You could find a few bucks off of them and save a few bucks because it is expensive. But again, if you do have it, let me know how you like it and what your experience has been with it. And I'll see you on the next one. Stay safe out there. Later.